Virgo, this is your July 2016 love and partnership as well as general forecast. We're starting with love and partnerships. First card that comes up is the card of codependency, and it says addictions are affecting your romantic life. I think the message here is more along the lines of there's something you Virgos do when you reach a certain stage in your relationships or partnerships. And it's possibly a knee-jerk reaction you have that somehow sabotages your relationships. Not intentionally, definitely not intentionally. This is something you've done progressively over time due to a past incident. And it's merely a symptom of an underlying issue, which is then being masked via this addiction, whether I'm not sure what it is. It's going to be very different for each of you. We're not talking about major addiction here. We're speaking about just a habit you have. And if you want to experience a better version of love, a better version of experiencing partnerships and relationships, then look into that underlying issue. Look into what it is that makes you repeat that pattern, that addictive pattern in relationships that then undermines the relationship. Because the second card that comes up says you desperately want a stable relationship. You want the stability that a relationship offers you. Yet you seem to be jeopardizing it inadvertently each time with this pattern of behavior. The only reason this message comes up now is because the universe is saying to you, you now have the opportunity to change this. It's now giving you the energies necessary to make a change so that you can get those lovely, stable relationships and partnerships you'd like to have. Because the final card that comes up in this part of the reading, well, second last final card, because after I pulled these three cards, I thought I'm going to pull you a guidance card as well. So the next card that comes up before the guidance card speaks, if you never have a broken heart, you'll never truly learn to love. Quite a harsh thing to say in a way. But I think the meaning behind this card is that having experienced a broken heart, you actually know the depth of feeling that partnerships and relationships can give, the depth of feeling that you have when you have your heart broken. And in that, you evolve perhaps a better idea of how not to break someone else's heart, how to go about partnerships and relationships that you don't end up breaking hearts. Somewhere in there is an important bit of information for you. You can look at that, each of you, differently and see how it pertains to you. So I pulled a guidance card to see, right, what can you do to this situation? And this talks about purification. And I think this is cleaning out of one element. It is cleaning out of an element that is residual within you that causes this response or reaction in partnerships and relationships. And it's now time. It's time to clean out whatever that is. And I think each of you that I'm speaking to knows exactly what it is. And perhaps you've struggled in the past to deal with it, get rid of it, change it. The energy is now ripe for you to change whatever that is so that you can get that nice, stable partnership and relationship. Now, your soul's journey in July, now we're looking at the more spiritual level of evolution, of growth that's happening here, of expansion. Then we'll move down to the mundane level. So the soul's journey says that know what you are doing is long-term. The projects, the things you're doing at the moment, long-term. So have a long-term view of what you're doing. And know that over time they're going to be delivering good things consistently. So it's not all the time, but consistently over a range of time, whatever it is you're busy with at the moment will be delivering good things to you. So keep that long-term viewpoint in mind. Now your archetype card is that of Achilles. And this is the card of confidence. It says, you are strong, you are worthy, you are confident. Step forward with courage, knowing you can achieve your goal. So I'm thinking most of you have set out with some kind of goal in mind, and it could be quite, in your eyes, a lofty goal as such, but know that you have what it takes. Know that it's going to take time to get there. Anything worth getting always needs to be built up over time. But know you have what it takes to get there, definitely. Then the final card in your soul's journey is that of the goose. And this card says you are avoiding the unknown roads in favor of the old and familiar. This is speaking on the mundane level and the soul level. So you're going with what you've known, you'll get the same thing. You know that saying. If you do what you've always done, you'll get the same result. So this card is saying take a new path. Venture out on that new leg of your journey. This says, I stir the heart and make it restless. Every hero needs a call. So some part of you is niggling, nagging, getting restless, saying, come on, let's try something different. Let's try it another way. Let's do this differently. Follow that call. Heed that call. Because it's time for that change to happen. Now, on the mundane level, on a day-to-day level, how does this play out? The first card that comes up is that of the goblin. So there's a fear. This isn't fears in general. This is a fear. This is a fear that is hiding under your bed and is stopping you from doing certain things or making you behave in certain ways. And it's time to drag the little goblin out from under the bed, look him in the eye, and acknowledge it's just a goblin. Okay, so it's time to face up to whatever that fear is. The second card that comes up is the TikTok card, and this says time is involved here. You may feel you're running out of time or things are not happening on time. That could be where the fear stems from. And to remember time is just, well, it's really actually an illusion. And that everything happens in good time and there is always time. So get the time factor out of this equation. It is just an illusion, it's basically saying. The final card that comes up in your mundane part of the journey is the perseverance card. And this is not the time to give up. Forge ahead, steady, consistent steps will take you toward your goal. So you guys are definitely heading off on a leg of your journey in your life that is seemingly a bit challenging to you, and you may be considering not doing it. And the cards, the universe, God, Spirit, says, go forth. You are strong, you are worthy, you are confident. Step forward with courage, knowing you will achieve your goal, right? Now your guidance cards, the first card that comes up says, you may have a lot on your plate. So that could possibly be why you're not wanting to take on this new challenge, whatever it is, because you've already got enough to deal with. And it says, consider a more playful attitude in dealing with this. Now that means that, look at it as a computer game. Okay, which is not always easy in life, but you strategize, you plan. Ultimately, you want to win, you know you're going to win. That's how one goes into a computer game, isn't it? I actually don't play them. But I've watched people play them, and you know this is how the game is played. So for those of you that don't play computer games well, just using another example. But just take that attitude on, okay? And you will find it easier to deal with what you're doing or need to do. Then the strength card comes up, and the strength card says, strength is born from will of the heart. This is very important. Fundamentally, at the base of anything is you need to really want to do it, and to remember that. If you don't truly want whatever that goal is, then you're not going to have the strength to get there. So then you need to take a look at, well, what is it that you're wanting? Do you really, really want it? Or is it something else that you want? Because you're not going to get there unless you really want to get there. Right, Virgo, that's your July 2016 forecast. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you would like a personal reading, please contact me at theoracletimes@gmail.com. Thank you so much for watching and listening.
If there is a way I could find that could make me feel the known, if there is some way you could find it. If you wanna be free, be free. If you wanna stay clear, I can be until you leave. And it's here, that's what I'm finding. I'm picking you up before I go. Listen for some kind of sign. If you wanna be free, be free. If you wanna stay clear, I can be